All right, this is a daily chart of GS. GS is one of the picks I've had on. I submitted on my profile page on August the 19th. As you can see, it was pulling back, and then I talked about a 175 to 176 area, and exactly what happened was, I mean, it wasn't exactly a buy at 175, but it became very clear with the volume on Friday, and it held above, of course, the key areas that I talked about. And if we just go, I'm going to go to my profile page. This is a really important video. I'm going to be talking about Apple, and I'm going to talk about Facebook and everything. But it says, see, now I made this chart on August 19th, so let's just scroll down August 19th, and just so people can look, you can just go back to any date yourself, or I usually post some updates on the front, right? But if we go to August, okay, this actually shows here update what needs. I made something on the 9th, on the 9th. No, maybe so it was the. I probably did it based on the 19th, but I posted it. I posted it on the 20th here. That's why. That's the problem. 8 a.m. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So if you then click on the chart, you can read what I said here is one of the secrets to making 100% gains in options within a few days to a few weeks is understanding that a stock must prove itself that it has some real power to move. If it just chops around, you'll lose money fast with options. I also stated how I felt this would be a really strong winner, and it really has with options. This is another options play that could make an easy 100% gain if it can confirm some power at that key level. So when I usually write stuff like that, I'm really bullish. And you can see what I explained here needs to crack above 175 on some strong volume and hold above that level to confirm the possible power move to 180, 185, right? I mean, our high was 179.86 so far, right? So we're at one of these targets already. Yesterday's rejection of 175, and I did this before the move. It's preparing. I know what the start charts are saying. My visionary lines are telling me we need that proof, right? And it proved itself. Now, let me just close this. You can take a look at this again, read it yourself. But, you know, it did exactly what I said needed to happen. I mean, not many, you're not going to get instructions like that. So I'm going to close this. I'm going to go back to, so here's Goldman Sachs. Now I'm doing this intraday. Right now, this video. So now let's go to let's go to Twitter, TWTR. And I mentioned about Twitter that it can move higher, but I also talked about a 4650 to a 47 area on high volume. And one of the reasons is that even though on my daily time frame it is aligned, it's not really confirming on the other time frames. So a lot of people are assuming that something is bullish, but look at the market making all-time highs, and this stock can't take off. Now, if it can take off properly, it would probably be a good buy. But if it can't confirm, here's the key here, people. If it can't confirm, that's why I put these confirmation numbers. And in fact, all my confirming stocks have been profitable. The only one that hasn't been profitable, that's kind of destroyed my my winning streak here, is NFLX. Even though it is actually still up, the stock needs to really show some power. It didn't, so I had to take a small loss in Netflix. It should have took off. It did not. I'm bullish this still, but it's really volatile stock. You know, compared to something like Goldman Sachs. And now I'm going to bring up Apple, AAPL. And I've made a video on Apple way back when I you know, well, I think it was in this area, but I made videos when Apple was going down. Especially, you'll see this reversal day here. So it's back on the 8th of August, and the confirmation, it did confirm properly based on my rules what it needed to do. I gave 96.97. The reason why is because sometimes something hits a price, but it just really holds well. It really trades well in those areas. And based on what my visionary lines are saying, that's where the odds are favored. That's why I use ranges, right? You know. And again, if we go back to Twitter, TWTR, you know, this is lacking the power needed to confirm, and it's kind of suspicion. It's kind of like, why is it not able to go higher when the market's making all new highs? So it's kind of weird. So you need to wait, because this could be stuck doing nothing. And then Facebook, according to my visionary lines, is also saying we need a lot of power. That's why I talk about the volume and the power and price ranges. And right now, every day this keeps not moving. It's getting farther. It's just not looking good. And even though this might look bullish, or I'm bullish something, when the stocks can't show confirmation or volume and power, I won't bother with it, because there's no money to be made. Apple confirmed, Goldman Sachs is confirmed, and they were profitable. And that's my point here. When the stocks don't confirm, just because I'm saying something's bullish, I use confirmation. And we can go to my let's go here to my my profile here. I said this over here, but if you look at everything that I write, I always say, I'm going to click. So you click on the Twitter. A lot of people like what I'm saying, but they don't. So I said I would see. So Twitter is set up for higher prices. Although my daily chart has confirmed this is a buy at 45, I would like to see this break above 46.50 to 47 area, along with some strong volume. Targets are 54. So if you notice what I'm saying here, would like to see this break above 46.50 along with some strong volume. So what I mean is, if it gets to 46.50 and the volume isn't there, I would wait higher and see if something else is coming in as it breaks 46.50. Well, if we go to Twitter, TWTR, it couldn't do that today. I mean, look at the high, and the volume, is still low, right? Well, it was low, especially put the 2-hour chart. It was low in the morning. There hasn't been anything, and there's not. I'm not saying this can't go higher. Or what I'm saying is, it's suspect that and it's still okay, but it really needs to show volume and power. And I mean, I'm going to just show up. So here's my 4-hour chart, and it's telling me here. I mean, we're lacking behind. I mean, unless this power is up into that 46.50 and even through the 47 on heavy volume, we may not really get a move. We get stuck in doing into nothing, and this happens. SKWS, just a pro. Hopefully, yeah. So let's daily SWKS. Yeah, Skyworks. Yeah. So Skyworks, I talked about it, but it's barely. It's not moving as fast as I would like, so I decided to exit the thing, and that's what it's lacking again. We should not be where we are, and that's what the visionary lines are tracking, that we are lagging now. Unless this really busts up above 56 on heavy volume, the stock could just do nothing for a while. And then options, it's just horrible for options. I'm a very directional trader on my thing. In other words, things have to start moving. Because if they don't move, you're not making money, and this kind of mentality catches moves like Goldman Sachs. I mean, there were people talking about Goldman Sachs as a breakout, right in the 170. I'm talking about 175, 176, based on what I'm seeing on my visionary lines, just the way they're acting. And I mean, look at the power, and it confirmed on this day. Look at the volume. There was strong volume throughout the day. We closed at 175.47. We couldn't go below 175 at all after we broke into that 175 area, right? You can see that on the, I'll pull up the 30-minute chart, right? I mean, it did not look back at all. Oh, sorry, that's today's, right? I mean, it just pretty much held above the, it pretty much held above 175 easily. And then look at this power pop right here. I mean, it was in favor. I even put a stop. I even said about a stop, right? I mean, it didn't go nowhere near my stop. And that's part of the reason why confirmation pays. So I wanted to make this video to explain that. Thanks for listening. Like the video.